Hey everybody, this is my second video for this day. It's still April 9th. I had someone wanted me to talk about maybe Asperger's. We think I may have Asperger's or autism of some sort, though I've never been diagnosed. We did some research on my symptoms because we noticed that I was having difficulty on some stuff, and we also noticed that if I'm in a certain routine and someone comes along and throws a wrench in my routine for some odd reason. Like an example, we make a plan to go, let's say, to Disney. And we say, okay, we're going to go to Epcot, spend a couple of hours there, and then we're going to go to Animal Kingdom and spend a few hours there. And if I had my heart set on that, I'm like, okay, that's a great thing. Let's do it. Let's go do this. Well, if you decide that without telling me at all, discussing with me, and you decide that we're not going to go to Animal Kingdom, we're just going to stay in Epcot and not do anything that we actually talked about, I will actually start getting extremely upset. Because I had that routine for the day. It was set. That's what we had planned, and it was something that I couldn't handle. I just couldn't deal with it. I was literally in tears when that happened to me one time, and it was extremely hard for me to calm back down. It took about an hour, between 1 to 2 hours for me to finally calm down to where I was okay again. Or let's say that I wear the same clothes over and over and over. I happen to wear the same few t-shirts, the same lounge around pants around the house, or my going out pants, depending on what I'm doing that day. I do the exact same thing over and over. Same with food. I eat the exact same. I can eat spaghetti every night for dinner for a week or two and be perfectly fine. One time I ate chili every single night that I had made for, I believe it was 2.5, 3 weeks, even maybe 4 weeks at most, I think it was. And I had no problem with it. I mean, I may switch it up a little bit, like make chili cheese fries, or just eat plain chili, or I had chili mac, which is, for those who don't know what chili mac is, it's chili with elbow macaroni and some cheese. But yeah, I would have that every single night, and I wanted it. It was just where others would have, you know, the same meal maybe twice at most, 2 or 3 times in a row. But otherwise, a lot of people get kind of tired, from what I understand. Where me, nothing affects me like that. I can't stand shopping. I totally hate it. I can't stand the crowds. I can't stand going into a store trying to find something that in my mind I'm looking for. I went there looking for that specific item, and if they don't have it, I don't know what to do. I'm not exactly 100% sure on how to quite handle it if it's an item I've had my heart set on. I'm extremely obsessed with Disney. I can tell you so much about Disney. From, I know that Mickey's and Minnie's original names were Mortimer and Minerva, which thank goodness they weren't kept at those names. I can also tell you that Huey, Dewey, and Louie's mother's name is Dumbella. So I am fixated on Disney. That's my obsession. I try to learn so much about it. I'm either trying to learn new trivia or new items or new facts about Disney, or I am listening to the Haunted Mansion LP story and song, which is like a 25-minute story that they came out with back in 1969 when the original Haunted Mansion ride came out, or was opened that year. I'm either listening to that, or I'm always, not always, but I'm usually watching a Disney movie, from Snow White, or I'm watching Tinkerbell, or something like that. Yeah, so I mean, I've had this all my life, where I even had trouble picking out a candy bar. I couldn't deal with it. If my parents said, oh, by the way, you guys can pick out any candy bar you want from this section, I would get extremely upset. I just couldn't deal with it. There were times where I would just go home with that one, because at the that time frame, at that time, back in the 80s, autism really wasn't well known. And so, even though I had gone to the doctor, because my 4th grade teacher had noticed that there was something off about me, so when I went to the doctor, we found out that I have ADD. But because autism wasn't really known back then, I was never diagnosed with anything like close to it except for ADD. So even though I did go to the doctor, it was didn't have anything else. So I still haven't been diagnosed. We just, over the last couple of years, last year or two, we've been thinking that I may have Asperger's or some type of autism, because that's what it sounds like I have. Even I know people who have either a child or a friend who have Asperger's and have who are autistic, and so they know a lot more, and they also say that that's what it sounds like I may have from their experiences. But if anybody out there knows where I can go to find out, I don't have health insurance, so it's not easy for me to go someplace on my income and pay to find out if I have it or not. I also, there's also a lot of, small things. that also come through show my feelings. Like, if I get excited, I get extremely excited. If I get upset, it's extremely upset. So there's no tiny bit of anything. It's always to the extreme. And like, if I get upset, I've noticed where I could get upset for about something for days, sometimes weeks, about just something minutia that everybody goes, oh yeah, why are you getting upset about that? And my mind would tell me that I would say something right in the right tone, and somebody goes, well, why are you getting upset? And I was like, to me, I'm not getting upset. The only way I would get upset is if somebody's telling me why am I getting, or asking me why am I getting upset, when my mind's telling me I'm saying something fine, and I'm okay with it, you know, but to everybody else is not. Or if somebody's saying something to me in a certain tone, if my mind is telling me that they are yelling at me, I will get upset. Even if they don't mean to, even if they don't mean to say it that way, or they're not really saying it that way, but my mind is comprehending that they are yelling at me, I'll get upset. So I'm not, almost like there's wires mixed up in me. That's the best way I can describe it to anybody. Because I'm not sure exactly what's going on, or how to, you know, I don't even know if there is a cure, because the fact that I never been diagnosed. I'm just going by what I've learned and what others have said to me through their experiences. So if you guys know of anything, or what to do, where to go, be much appreciated. Just keep in mind that like I said, I have no insurance right now, and I'm only part-time, so I don't have, I can't really afford to go to an actual doctor and pay hundreds of dollars. So anything that anybody can do, or if you're a doctor yourself and if you know that what these symptoms sounds familiar, but you want to look into it, please tell me or ask me any questions, and I'll try to answer them. Though anything written down, any written directions, I have issues with. I have trouble with any written directions. I do so much better when it comes to watching videos and stuff like that. So I will probably talk about it later, more about Asperger's later on, especially if I'm like having a kind of an off day. Then I will probably post it so that way I can try to get my feelings out somehow and try to explain what I'm feeling. So I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment below on anything that you would like to see or anything like that, and don't forget to share. Okay, and subscribe, by the way. Subscribe. And let me know how you guys feel. Okay, bye.